Now, I won't keep you much longer, but I want to transition to what's going on in Asia, especially when we're talking about RCEP and when we're talking about the Chinese Indian tensions and the recent war games with Pakistan and China and America um, pivoting and putting plans to put 60 to 70% of her forces in Asia to prevent China's rise. And at the same time, China is backdooring deals for bilateral currency swap deals and trade agreements that sidelines the dollar. What do you have to say about those issues?
Well, that's a great question because the this pivot to Asia that happened during the Obama years probably should have happened before that. If you think geostrategically, like Brzezinski did, about the U.S. empire and its need to dominate the world by dominating the world's supercontinent, which is Eurasia and Africa, those are all kind of connected together, and that's where the vast majority of the people in the world live. Those of us who are on these little islands out in the Atlantic, or the Pacific islands like Australia, or the South America is another island. I mean, we're basically island people living off of the supercontinent, whereas the Eurasians and the Africans are on the supercontinent. And to rule the world, you got to rule the supercontinent. And so Brzezinski pointed that out. That's the thesis of the grand chessboard. And is if one power or a coalition takes over power on the supercontinent, then you can't possibly rule the world from Washington, D.C. Or the city of London. So the big threat to U.S. Imperial domination of the world, which is really Zionist bankster domination of the world, is the Russians and the Chinese. The Russians have the guns and a lot of land, and the Chinese have the people. And so realistically, geopolitically, the U.S. should have been playing this long game of divide and conquer and the other ways that empires managed to prevent the upstarts from gaining ground. Should have been doing this against Russia and China all the way back to the 90s. But we got distracted by